SwimSwam.com coming to you from Omaha, Nebraska, site of the 2012 U.S. Olympic Swimming Trials. I'm Garrett McCaffrey. This is Mel Stewart, Braden Keith, and Rockstar Santos on the end there. We're going to do our best to remember a very jam-packed, action-packed night of swimming here from Omaha, and it started with the women's 100 butterfly. We had dreams of world records. Didn't quite end up that way, but Dana Vollmer still asserted her dominance over the field in that 100 butterfly here tonight.
Yeah, you know, we talked a lot yesterday about maybe if she backed off that front half, that it would serve her better on the back half, and she might have a chance at that world record. She didn't listen to us. Why should she? She still won.
Someone tweet her because she needs to be following swim.
She still won. She did what got her to the finals. She won the race. That's what matters right now. She can break the record one. No reason to mess with it now. And
then one of our, I wouldn't even call it a surprise upset, but you know, Claire Donahue from lane number 1 getting in there for second place. I mean, that's a name that, even though she was second in the U.S. last year in 2011, not a name that a lot of U.S. swimming fans know now.
That's all right. New blood, we love it. By the way, Dana Vollmer does follow SwimSwam. That's all I got.
So Claire Donahue getting that second position. She's headed to London. Kathleen Hersey finished in that bridesmaid position of third with a 58.16, but a pretty good sign for her 200 fly later this week. Moving on, gentlemen's 200 freestyle semifinal, and it was Ryan Lochte and Michael Phelps head-to-head in semifinal number 2. Ryan Lochte by 2/100ths of a second able to get the win. It looked like he was just kind of sitting back, Rock, for that first 150, and then off that final wall found a different gear.
Yeah, he turned it under and he did some kicks underwater, which I highly recommend for swimmers that are just learning how to swim. You may want to do some dolphin kicking underwater when you practice, because it has definitely been seen here tonight, and the end of the race was also really exciting.
It was. It came down to that last touch. Phelps kind of had a late surge and really actually got even after Ryan Lochte took some momentum off that last wall, but Michael Phelps was able to rally back on that final 25.
Yeah, and you know, that's a really Phelps-esque strategy that Lochte used there. Just cruise it, rocket off that last wall, and Phelps got a little bit of his own medicine tonight.
Be careful the way you ask him about it, though.
Yeah, Garrett.
So the top 3 would be Lochte, Phelps, Connor Dwyer, and Matt McLean, who also had a really, really good bounce back after his 400 freestyle yesterday. Ricky Barron looming there in 5th. We got to talk about the top 6, because that's going to be possible relay positions. And then we actually have to talk about position number 9, as you just pointed out, Braden. I'll let you take that one.
Peter Vanderkay did not make the final in this. He didn't have a great time in the 400. He still won. This 200 field is a lot better than that 400 field, and it wasn't enough. We'll have to wait and see if the U.S. coaches find a way to put him on that relay anyways, but that's a tough miss.
Moving on to the men's 100 breaststroke, and for the 3rd straight Olympic trials, Brendan Hansen is your 100 breaststroke champion. Pretty fitting there for his comeback to kind of, I guess, take the next step here and take another win at the Olympic trials?
Absolutely. He says he's enjoyed every moment of it, but you got to go all the way back to 2004 when he made a little noise about Kitajima and the dolphin kick on the pull-out. You got to wonder if that always eats at him. It's always there. I think it's a big reason why he's still around, why he's still doing it.
Well, you know who was here tonight?
I was just going to ask.
Yeah, Kosuke Kitajima, watching his Trojan teammates, maybe a little intimidation, reminding Hansen who's still good, who's been good for 4 years, and who's only been around for a year.
You know, who's stayed around for the last 4 years is Eric Chanteau, but I don't know that many people expected him to have it in the 100 Rockstar. Did you have him in that 100 breaststroke?
Well, it was so close. How do you pick somebody?
You're right.
You know, it's really who was up and who was ready for that evening. And tonight, Eric Chanteau stepped up, and so did Brendan Hansen. You want that stab that guy. Have you seen the 6-pack I have? Because they are awesome.
They are a little beef to the show.
And you know, the 3rd place position isn't necessarily the best position here at Olympic trials, but I think for a guy like Kevin Cordes, who is just going into his sophomore year of college, mixing it up with the big boys, to get 3rd has got to be a huge confidence booster for him. He actually led out the race at the 50, mixing it up with the big boys. He is a name in American breaststroke to keep an eye on.
Yes.
Moving right along, women's 100-meter breaststroke, and Rebecca Soni. It almost seemed like she waited till that last 25 to kind of fully engage that top gear in the 100 breaststroke in that second semifinal.
She did wait till the end, but when she started going, she looked really strong. So when she does that sooner, nobody's going to beat her. We all know this. Rebecca Soni's going to win.
Stranger things have happened at Olympic trials, but it seems like the race is for second. I'm going to ask you, Rock, as the breaststroker, second place. Go out on a limb here. You got Bria Larson, you got Jessica Hardy.
Well, I'm liking the new blood because it seems like we need some new blood, but there's some old, wily veterans in this field. So, I like Annie Chandler as an old, wily American record holder in 100-yard breaststroke. So you got to watch out for her. She dropped the second tonight, and then of course the new blood. You got to go for those people.
And actually, the new blood, Bria Larson, broke the old blood's old wily American record this past year.
Yes, you would think a breaststroke would be watching that. And I should have followed that with her.
But who knows? I mean, it's going to be kind of up in the air, and that's what the beauty of this race is. You also got to look at some of the other people in that final. Ashley Whamlin, also Michael Lawrence, who had a pretty solid season leading up to this. So there's a lot of names to look for tomorrow in that final. But I think you guys are right. It's Rebecca Soni's race to lose at this point in the game. Moving on to the 400 freestyle, and Allison Schmitt sent a message to the field on that first 200, come and get me. Chloe Sutton came close to getting there, but after a monster first 200, nobody was touching Allison Schmitt tonight now.
I was pulling for Katie Ledecky, and she had a great swim. I was going 404. She's going to put down a 404, 405 flat. Great swim. But Schmitt, beginning to end, the crowd was on their feet at the 75-meter mark. Cheering her in. You don't see that in a 400-meter swim. She deserves it.
Looking back now at the prelim swim from Allison Schmitt, do you think she was playing games with the young superstar Katie Ledecky? Because she kind of stuck with her in the prelims, let her hang around and have a chance. It might have thrown Katie off her game when Allison took off and had about 4 body lengths on them by the 100.
I don't think Allison needs to play games with anybody. She knows she's the best 400 freestyler in the country. She's saving her energy. She's got different races this year. I think she really wants a spot on that 400 free relay. So I think the prelims, I don't think she was playing games. I think she was just saving her energy. When she gets to the Olympics, though, it's going to be a whole different ballgame because there are going to be a couple of Europeans who are going to play games with her. They're going to let her take that huge lead, but they're going to reel her in hard, and it's going to be fun to watch.
And I have to give a shout out to Chloe Sutton for making the team. She looked really pretty in that race. Made the Olympic team last time in the 10K, and now she's back in the pool and did really, really well.
And maybe a couple of years ago, Chloe might have been thrown off by somebody jumping out to a monster lead like that and got out of her game, but she stuck with the game plan, and she actually reeled in Allison Schmitt coming towards the end of that race to qualify for her second Olympic team, but this is the first time she's qualified in the pool. So congratulations to both those ladies. Moving on to the gentlemen's 100 backstroke. Matt Grevers, a little bit slower than he was in the prelims today, but still the top qualifier going into the finals with a 53.10. His race to lose tomorrow, Mel?
Matt Grevers' race to lose, no doubt. I think he was that little slow. Looked like something went wrong on the start. But the guy's a giant. He's got the reach. It's going to be a race for second place. And first is first, and second is last. And a lot of swim, but second is first also at the trial.
Right. Who do you like for second, Brady?
I think Plummer. He's got the momentum. He's been beating Toman in season. He's from Minnesota. He's tough. He's going to hang in there. I like Plummer.
Brock, any chance that the young 16-year-old from Bulls, your boy Sergio, gets Ryan Murphy really jacked up for tomorrow's final? And we see a 16-year-old make the U.S. men's Olympic team.
And what was his time? 53.7.
53.7.
That's a national age group record.
Like he lowered his own record by a second.
There's not very many 16-year-olds that go 53 in freestyle. So this kid is going to have a great future in the United States swimming. I'm just proud of my buddy Sergio. So to me, it's all just awesome. If the kid makes it, what a dream. If he doesn't make it, you know you have someone that's going to be there next time, just like in the breaststroke with Kevin Court.
And he's going to have company for the next few Olympic trials because Jack Conger, 17-year-old, also there in the final tomorrow, so the future of American backstroke looks pretty bright. Moving on to the final event of the evening, it was the ladies' 100 backstroke. And anybody who might have had, like some doubts, maybe Missy Franklin might not be able to live up to the huge expectations that she's had coming into these Olympic trials, all those doubts were put to rest because she looked awesome. Very smooth, very in control. 59.06 in the semifinals of the 100 backstroke. I mean, she's going 58 tomorrow, right, Mel?
She's going 58 tomorrow. The reason why she's performing here is she's been to the big show before. She did this when she was a kid, when she was 13. It's hers to lose. She's not going to lose. We're going to see a monster swim out of her tomorrow.
It's going to be a pretty fun race to watch because if it shapes up the same way that it's looking tonight, Rachel Bootsman was probably going to be out with the lead. She had the fastest opening split tonight in the semis with a 28.8. also getting pretty close to that American record. She was 59-1 in the first semifinals. Pretty impressive bootsman tonight.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned the pressures on Missy Franklin, not just overall because she's so good, but because bootsman did that 59-10 right before, which is faster than Missy had ever been. So Missy had to go best time to get this top seed. I don't think it's such a slam dunk for Missy. I think that bootsman got a chance. She didn't swim high school this year. She was doing all long course, didn't have to mess with all the dual meets. She's focused. I think she's got a chance. I think Missy's going to win, but I think bootsman has a chance.
Both of those ladies with a chance at the American record. 58.94 is the American mark held by Natalie Coughlin. And guys, I hate to say, I'm a Natalie Coughlin fan. Like, I'm going to be rooting for Natalie tomorrow. But I've said it with every single recap we've done so far this week. Who's worried about Natalie Coughlin? She qualified 7th for the final in that 100 backstroke tomorrow. Granted, she had the 100 butterfly before that. But Braden, are we ready to say Natalie Coughlin's in a little bit of trouble?
We are ready to say she's in trouble, but it hurts to say it because Natalie Coughlin is American women's swimming. It has been for so long, but she was 7th in the 100 fly. She's sitting 7th in the 100 back going into the final. That, you know, even going into the 100 free, if she's 7th, she's not on the team. We think that 100 free is a slam dunk because they take 6, but she's not in there right now.
She's going to get top 6 in the 100 free. She's going to get in. If you put Natalie Coughlin in the final, she's going to beat 2 swimmers. She's going to beat 2 swimmers. I'll stick by that. Okay. Well, there's not a 4x100 fly relay, but there's a 4x100 free relay.
And I think all of you guys are discounting about a wily veteran person who's been around. And I believe there's a thing called outside smoke. There was a girl tonight that made the team in lane 1.
Miss Donahue, that's right.
And so, you know, I think that the current might be flowing real well. And tomorrow after getting a full day's rest, getting some good herbs and vegetables, and we don't know what she likes to eat, right? She's going to be ready for tomorrow.
As long as they don't herbs and vegetables.
That's right. That California sun.
What it comes down to is we're all guessing. That's all we're doing here. We're guessing. We're taking stabs in the dark, just like you guys can in our prediction contest. And we actually have some prediction contest winners from today. And we got some engine goggles that are coming your way.
Engine weapon goggles.
Weapon goggles coming your way. We're going to be doing the same competition for tomorrow. We'll be announcing those winners right before prelims, right after prelims.
Right after prelims.
So be looking for those results from our Swim Swam prediction contest. Sponsored by Engine, scored some pretty sweet Engine gear. Big time thanks, because tomorrow we're giving out Engine's t-shirts, which I think we have a model coming through right now. Boom! It's time. And that's about all the time we have for today's wrap up. I'm Garrett McCaffrey, this is Mel Stewart, this is Braden Keith, this is Rock Santos, and this is Swim Swam.